we do this every week, and we're gonna continue doing this every week. We got the Week 5 power rankings. We're just gonna put them together as a group, and then say the names in order. So
I got my top 8 already. I just after that it kind of get murky a little bit. There's been a lot of moves, a lot of people with bad losses and bad showings, and a whole bunch of stuff. This week, this NFL year has been really weird. A lot of roster moves. The Bengals look suck. They look trash. So for me, at number one, it's still the 49ers. They have not moved. Until they lose, they probably won't move. And they dominated the Cardinals last week. So
Yeah, you got to go San Fran number one. That's gonna be like that for a while. Maybe it depends on what happens this week, but based off history, they should beat the
who
Cowboys.
they play?
So
Cowboys. Oh, okay.
yeah, so it's looking like they're gonna have that spot for like the next 5 weeks.
All right, at 2, I got the Bills making a big jump. And I got the Bills at 2. A statement win against Miami. Of they whooped their ass, and we just had Dolphins at 2. Ever since week 1, when they struggled against the Jets, they have been dominating every single opponent. This is a high quality win. I got the Bills at 2. Does anybody got disagreements?
No.
No. All right. At number 3, I got the Eagles. They are 4-0, but they have not looked good for one single week yet. Just struggled. My boy Sam Howell put 300 yards on them. So
like Eagles have to be number 2.
you said what?
I feel like Eagles have to be number 2.
Because they haven't lost,
Yeah,
but they haven't
I
looked
feel like it's
good.
only fair.
They haven't looked good, and the Bills have put 3 dominant wins in a row.
I
That's
want to
true, but they haven't played up to the standard of football that we know that they can play up to, and they still haven't lost yet. So I feel
listen.
like that says something.
Power
Not that
rankings
point.
are like the college football rankings. You can be undefeated and not be the number one or number two team. It's many instances where a team that has 2 losses is ahead of a undefeated team because of how they look. If they don't look good, they're probably not better than the team that's looked a lot better. The Bills have looked a lot better than the Eagles. Like that's just it. Like their point differential is the second best in the league, only behind San Fran. Like they just look better than everybody. They're rolling people, like rolling people. Nobody's putting up as of right now. I don't know if anybody's putting up 30 points against the Bills. The Washington Commanders put up 30 points on the Eagles. Washington Commanders versus the Bills were scoreless through 3 and almost a half quarters. They just haven't looked good. Like
Sam
that's
Howell, man. Sam Howell, he's coming. He's coming, man. He's coming. So I tell
bro.
y'all,
Don't
he is
take the
coming.
one loss record too serious. Like it's not the standings. Like
This is not the standings. No, it is not. At 3, you got the Eagles 4-0. They handled business in overtime. They got bailed out. That was completion on 4th and 5. Sam Howell threw a dot to Terry McLaurin. They called it out. That was not out. They bailed him out. That would have been a huge upset and a huge. We would have been talking about Sam Howell today if they would have won that game. I guarantee you that because I gotta put some respect on his name. But
yeah, we would.
anyways, at 4, I have the Chiefs. Struggle with the Jets. They have 2 games where they didn't look good this season, and they did lose to the Lions.
Hey, give Zach Wilson his credit, bro.
Best game of his career. Best
Give him
game of
his
his career.
credit.
He was cool.
No, I want to. I also want to add. I knew Garrett Wilson was like that, but bro, that kid is amazing. Like
I would like to say though, if Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback of this team, they would be a contender. I feel like
it would be. It would be totally different. It would be totally different.
we seen it
Yeah.
again, week 1. We seen it week 1. We seen it now again. They can hang with teams with their amazing defense. And now you add Aaron Rodgers in that mix, they would be a contender.
Their defense wasn't really hanging with Cowboys.
I
And
mean, brother. Yeah, that's true. I can't. There's no. They played. They didn't play as good as they could. Were you gonna say something, Q? Because I know you were talking about missing the playoffs and all this other shit before the season. Do you have any thoughts on that, or are you gonna stick by that?
Yes, the Jets are going to miss the
Q
playoffs.
stays me
No,
killing
not
me.
now. Not now. I'm talking about if they would have Aaron Rodgers. You think because we see how
I thought they were going to miss the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers. So without
correct.
Aaron Rodgers,
No, obviously.
still be-
I'm sorry. Now that you
You
don't
thought
have
they were
Aaron
gonna miss
Rodgers,
the playoffs with
yes, he
A-Rod?
did. He
yes,
did.
I didn't have to go back. I did not have him as a playoff team.
Okay, now my question is to you that now that we've seen them without Aaron Rodgers, and we see that they're 1-3, but they're not as bad as a 1-3 team. You see how bad Zach Wilson has been playing, and that they're hanging with the Chiefs and they're hanging with the Bills. Did that change your views on them making playoffs at all? especially with the Bengals looking this bad, especially with the Chargers being who the Chargers are.
It's still a thing. Like when I had him missing the playoffs, it wasn't because I had him winning 5 games with Aaron Rodgers. I just thought the level of talent in the AFC itself, like I thought they could be 10-7 and still miss the playoffs. But that was with the Bengals being who they are, with my MVP pick and Super Bowl team, Ravens being who they are. That's 2 teams that I thought would have those spots. I thought the Bills were going to win a division, which I think they still will. So that already takes out a spot. So I already thought the Jets were going to be fighting for a wild card spot already. You know what I'm saying?
But you would have had them making it now, knowing what the Bills.
Well, no, because there's still problems with the
Bengals though. The Bengals are trash.
All right, you take away one team. Let's take away the Bengals. They're still fighting with 4 other teams for three spots.
They would have been at least a 7th seed with the Bengals going. Because you got
maybe I can't do I can't really do hypotheticals because like I said, he may not have gotten injured week 1, but the O-line is still bad. So who's to say he doesn't get injured week 5 or week 7 or week 10? Like
I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers playing the entire season. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers playing the entire season.
But we don't know if they would have played the entire season. You're making a hypothetical.
That was the point of the hypothetical.
All right, let's get into the teams.
I'm saying if Aaron Rodgers would have played, but we can't know. We don't got to argue about the Jets. At 5, I have the Dolphins. They the defense played terrible. Yeah, they went from 2 to 5.
They dropped like 3 spots. Like 3 spots.
That's fine, right? That's cool.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
6,
I would say
6. We got the Cowboys. Just because it was between the Cowboys and the Ravens, and the Cowboys have looked more dominant in more games than the Ravens have. So they both have 1 loss. I'm going to give it to the Cowboys, even though they lost to the Cardinals. I'm going to put the Cowboys at 6.
Ravens here.
That should be the answer.
No,
Cowboys at 6.
The Cowboys at 6 and the Ravens at 7.
I don't have any complaints with that.
Number 8, and this is where is the Lions.
Lions look good, bro. I don't have a problem with this.
I'm not mad at it. Like I said, I would put the Seahawks there because they both been look pretty much almost the same between the Seahawks and the Lions. But based off the head-to-head matchup, this is the Seahawks 1. I'd have the Seahawks.
Never mind. You're right. We can put the Seahawks at 8. Seahawks 8, and then Lions 9 makes it a little bit easier.
I like that.
Now, number 10 is where it gets tricky because some teams have been looking good. Like some 2-2 teams have been looking better than they should. I mean, not better than they should, but like it's a fight for that 10 spot.
I'm about to look up. So
I'd probably go to Rams.
They won this week. Who they play?
That's not a bad team.
They beat the Colts.
Yeah,
They beat the Colts.
But I wouldn't be opposed to hear. Huh?
To the Bucks.
This is actually a good amount of teams.
Are the Bucks 3-1?
The Bucks.
Bucks are 3-1.
Yeah, I can hear an argument for the Bucks.
And they beat the Steelers, right? Or no? They beat the
Bucks.
Saints. They beat the Saints.
A good defense.
I'm fine with putting the Bucks at the 10. I'm fine with Baker Mayfield, man. Hey, bring us to the top 10. Hey, comeback player of the year, man. That's all I gotta say.
Let's relax.
Are you gonna say the names, or do you want me to say them?
You said it. It's my turn, bro. So, is it not my turn, or is it?
I just asked the question. It doesn't matter.
I'll say it. All right, our top 10 teams going into week 5. At number 10, we have the Buccaneers. At number 9, we have the Lions. At number 8, we have the Seahawks. At number 7, we have the Ravens. At number 6, we have the Cowboys. At number 5, we have the Dolphins. At number 4, we have the Chiefs. At number 3, we have the Eagles. At number 2, we have the Bills. And at number 1, we have the 49ers.
Good list.
All right, yeah, that's a pretty good list.